Well, we've been up to our usual tricks. We've been putting cameras into nests, but not here, not in one place, not in a central hub. We've got a couple of hubs, and the first one that we're going to look to is down in the Mendip Hills. So in the sort of southwest, if you like, of England. And you can see that's where I am in the New Forest, about 80 miles away. We have a small team of people observing all of those lockdown walls, and they've been working very hard to get the cameras on this selection of nests. Plenty of activity. You can watch these online, as I've already said, and throughout the course of the rest of the series. Look in the top corner though, the one in the top right hand corner. It's empty. Yes, here it is live. I'm afraid they fledged yesterday. Should have been here yesterday, the old maxim. This was a nuthatch nest, and there were 7 youngsters in it, and they started to leave yesterday morning. Now, nuthatches are doing really well in the UK. There's about 250,000 pairs of them, and they're on the up. They've increased. The long-term trend is up by 252%. And in the early part of the last century, you'd pretty much find them in the southeast. By 1989, they got to Scotland, and now, as I say, they're doing really, really well. And all of these, as you can see, are doing a great job of fledging. If you look closely, you can see that that nest box that they're in, they will go into nest boxes, they'll nest in hollows in trees as well. You can see it's been chewed open, I think probably by a grey squirrel, but then the nuthatches have put mud on it to seal it up. Number 6 doesn't so much fledge as fall out of the nest, which leaves just one in it. There's always one that's left behind, but it does give us a chance to look at the nest. Look, no feathers, no grass, no hair, just pine flakes. And if there's a pine tree within 100 metres of a nuthatch nest, that's what they choose to line it with. And they typically like to nest near streams as well, so they can get that mud. Look, here's the 7th one, lagging. Go on, go on. It's a big wide world out there where you can hack nuts. So they got their name, nut hacker. It's great to see though, the first of our nests fledging successfully. Let's take a look at another one live now. Similar sort of bird, feeds on the trunks of trees, but here it's a tree creeper. Now this is the outside view. If you look really carefully, you can see that some of that bark is quite loose, and tucked in behind it, if we look inside, you can see the nest. Again, it's not a brilliantly constructed affair. Grass, a few leaves, and some youngsters down inside. They're not very active at the moment. They've been quite difficult to see. It's quite a deep cup. But we have been following this over the last few days, watching both adults coming in with plenty of food. Oh, there's a bit of activity there, and you can see those little yellow gapes. There were 5 youngsters in the nest. And both adults are bringing in all sorts of insects, lots of spiders as well. They use their long curved bills to probe in amongst the bark and under leaves, catching all of those invertebrates. And here one scoots out, one that was brooding them, and the other bird is coming in with a beak full of spiders. Look at that, great stuff. Lovely to watch this. We have watched them before on Springwatch, sometimes I have to say with disastrous consequences, because a staggering 36% of our tree creepers' nest fail due to nest predation. Weasels, red squirrels, and what we've seen before, great spotted woodpeckers. And this was Sunday morning, and this woodpecker's come in and it's right outside the nest. But look, they're hunkering down. There's not any movement, any noise from those chicks. They know something that's not one of their parents is outside, and they're doing exactly the right thing, sitting dead still. And I don't think that that woodpecker saw them. That was Sunday morning, and typically, had the woodpecker seen them, it would have come back by now and predated them. I think it was doing woodpeckery stuff on the outside of the tree, looking for its typical food, and it didn't actually notice that the tree creepers were in there. I don't know what you think, Yolo, but I'm going to take the Michaela optimistic line in her absence and say that I think that for the time being at least, those tree creepers are going to be okay.
I never thought I'd see the day when Chris Packham, the eternal pessimist, turns into Michaela Strachan.